The verdict is in. Sean Combs has been acquitted on the top charge, RICO, and both sex trafficking counts related to Cassie Ventura and his former girlfriend Jane, who testified under a pseudonym. He has been convicted of the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. This isn't really that shocking, right? The RICO case was always going to be a reach. It's a very novel use of the RICO statute. Because RICO required only 2 predicate acts, when the jury came back and stated that they were torn about RICO, but they had reached a count on all other counts, including the 2 sex trafficking counts, it made me wonder, well, if they were convicting on sex trafficking, they'd only need 1 other RICO predicate, right? And the bribery was hands down super clear. So it made me wonder whether we'd be in the position that we are in now, which is there is an acquittal on both counts of sex trafficking. One of the things I just want to clear up here is there is this conception that because Sean Combs was acquitted on the top count of RICO and on the sex trafficking case, that he's merely going to get a slap on the wrist. I don't think that is a foregone conclusion here, and I'll tell you why. The sentencing guidelines here, maybe he has no criminal history, or documented criminal history, I should say, right? And for a typical individual with no criminal history and no aggregating factors, sure, the exposure on these 2 counts is light, somewhere around 21 months per count, right? But that's not where we are. There are aggregating factors that are applicable here under the U.S. sentencing guidelines, and I'll talk about a few of them. And what's important to note is that even if those aggregating factors are related to theories of the case and counts of the indictment that were not proven at trial, the government still gets to argue those theories of aggregation for purposes of sentencing. And the standard there is not reasonable doubt, it's preponderance of the evidence. So the court, the judge himself, gets to decide, is it more likely than not that these things occurred? He is the leader. He was the organizer of this misconduct, right? And how much that will aggregate and increase the sentencing can even vary based on how many participants the court finds were involved in facilitating these crimes. So the prosecution is going to be arguing about all of the different participants, from the security guards to KK, etc. So while this is not, we're not going to be seeing a life sentence and the number of years that he may have received under RICO, it could nonetheless become a de facto life sentence because of the number of aggregating factors here.